Bigbossjock radio show. Listeners are encouraged to rise up, confront the U.S. government, kick off the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America, the Alamo, placed as the capital. Analyst assessment, episode 62. Video clip being assessed was posted by NBC News, entitled, "Watch Live, Trump Participates in Immigration and Border Security Roundtable." Posted April 5, 2019. Airtime, 52 minutes, 2 seconds. Enter into the clip 36 minutes, 28 seconds. Before beginning, going to make another mention. Court date, May 23rd, 2019. Redding, California, Shasta County Superior Court, Division 2, 8:30 in the morning. Appreciate some assistance. Anyone see that knife that was placed on my hip Monday through Friday? Daily protest out on the steps of the Redding Police Department. Any U.S. federal agents or local law enforcement? Give a read to those pages. Hundreds of pages. Current date hosted on the website, the Real Conspiracy Forum. Page after page. Details pertaining to the USDIA. Details only an insider, an operator would know. They could appear in court. Let the judge know. They might not know me personally, though they do know about those details. The court does not recognize my birth name. The Redding Police Department, they recognize my birth name along with either they can go ahead and state which one, the birth name or the auxiliary name. Both have special attachments. One, the auxiliary name has a special attachment. The birth name has status at the U.S. Secret Service. The special attachment on the auxiliary name is an executive order directorate signed by each president during my entire lifetime. The special instructions, not to impede the activities of who is a federal identity holder. Auxiliary name, Gene Paul Martineau. Birth name, Earl Hawkins. At the U.S. Secret Service, has status. Career agent. Receives monthly pay. Nearly $10,000 a month. Me, my person, held at indigent level year after year after year after year. Not given $1 of pay, nor medical benefits. Given, I earned that pay. Multitude of gunshot wounds. I know. Everyone involved finds the situation amusing. Situation that persists. A daily protest out on the doorstep of the Redding Police Department. Minus weather and holidays. Bad weather. Rain. Other than rain and holidays, out there in front of the police department. Well, of course, in time locked up and the need to write a writ of habeas corpus petition. Petition for a hearing. Denied by Shasta County Superior Court. The right to establish identity. I guess it's not a right. Denied the writ. Going to proceed with charging me as providing an official with false information, when the Redding Police Department knows very well who the birth name is along with the auxiliary name. The protests are out on their doorstep. The one with the bullet lodged in the backbone, not given any medical care, denied all medical benefits. Including doesn't receive $1's pay. Technically, that's a slave. 36 minutes, 28 seconds. I'd appreciate some assistance. May 23rd, 8:30 in the morning, Shasta County Superior Court, Division 2. Anyone who could be of assistance. 36 minutes, 28 seconds. Oh, before the statement is made by the official, the quote, CB radio, 100 watts, lights up the eyes, red. Activates the stim receiver. Yankee Sam makes sure that I can't get a radio, nor an RF jammer. I get one thing after another. I don't know. Nothing seems to work properly. Yeah. Oh, they're allowed to enter my place of residence anytime they choose. I have nothing that's private from the eyes of the ones who vigil, the U.S. DIA. They're included in my life, right there in my mind. A stim receiver placed between the brain and the skull. Quite invasive. I don't appreciate them being in my life. Would appreciate being a free man, not a slave. Never asked to be a slave. Palm print and footprint 11 months old shouldn't hold. Wasn't knowledgeable of what I was signing when I was 11 months old. Shouldn't be held against me. 36 minutes, 28 seconds. Statement made official. Mexican nationals received intonation, canned happy voice. Approval from a group member. Computer generated sound was heard. Precision placed to the words. Originated from the right side of the room. Side which represents group of dawn. Listened was a hack. Such type cough. Rudeness heightened. Computer generated. Can low quality mic pickup. Can technical problems. Repeated quite often duration of the entire clip. Can poor quality mic. Readers need to remember, in this case listeners out there, need to remember, mic quality could be near perfect. Conference room accommodations appear such as a makeshift command center set up during the time of war. Intelligence photos placed on easels located at each flank. Two different groups. Set is the stage. War room reports. Production of clip not done for information value. Intent is to program. Sentences structured improperly. Computer generated dialogue. Prearranged accommodations. Production makes appear fifth rate is the nation. United States of America. Some of the remotest borders in the world show better hospitality. China set on the table. Ornate wreath placed in front of the mics. Foliage from nearby areas. There to be decorative. A reminder of the zone. Oh, what's in Calexico? Maybe some tumbleweed. A couple sprigs. Something to cover the base of the mic. Yeah. How about an ornate presidential mic? Surrounder. I don't know what it'd be, and I've slipped. Well, it's out of my... what I usually think. I don't really care about the mic and what is out in front and is ornate. It's not really anything I've dealt with. A decorative coordinator, they would know what that is. Folded cloth napkins and a ornate, what else do they have? Garnish. That's right. Something for the microphones. Readers need to remember that the event is computer generated. The accommodations are set, and they're set for a reason. It's to give the impression that a war is going on. Very temporary, makeshift. Some of the other details are the way seated is the two groups. One represents the group of dawn and the other is about to claim autonomy, separate from the United States of America. The entire group discusses the theme an hour, though two groups exist among the entire group. There is no unity. One termed is the issue hour. About to divide is the U.S. territory. Here's a bickering between the two groups, encouraged to do so. The themes start out what blue thinks about red, or what blue thinks about the issue, and well, is red upset, and they go on and on. They group the viewer by using we, describing the issue. The two groups remain divided, about ready to fight, go out in the streets, as they're being instructed to do, though not yet in the street. 36 minutes, 34 seconds, statement made official. Official from the what's termed Border Patrol. Many countries have a Border Patrol. The U.S., they don't any longer have the U.S. Border Patrol. They have Border Patrol. Official stated to exploit these loopholes and these outdated immigration laws. Supposedly on the same side, subordinate with superior explains the issues, regularly explains U.S. President. An agent, as speaks, is at odds, tells off, when should be the opposite, due to the same phrases Don mentions often. Subconscious of the viewer, primal instinct intonation, understood other version, complete other story than the spoken words. Reader, make an attempt. Listen to the presenter. Stop then play. Run the frames 3 or 4 times. Try to listen casual. Try to tell if the couple get along, such as if it's two associates or what's going on in the scene. Don't pay attention to the actual wording. Pay attention to the intonation. Then understand what is the message being sent. The U.S. President's getting told, getting schooled, playing the part of the fool. Another one of the bunch turned into chump. Not very important, just another with the bunch. 36 minutes, 53 seconds. Border Patrol official stated, Mr. President, we are in constant contact with consulates all over the world in an attempt to verify these family units. This task is nearly impossible. We don't have the resources or the logistics of what it takes to do help us. Remember, the tutus and all the other glitches are computer generated. The production overall is a computer generated production. Very little is genuine, if anything. The agent, when he states our resources, that means his group, Chicanos, at the Border Patrol. Because he isn't stating the U.S. Border Patrol agents and the U.S. Border Patrol. He says our agents and our agency. That's his group. Well, Don's not included in that group. Furthermore, Don is the commander-in-chief. He isn't to be told by a subordinate at a presidential address what that group is lacking. Not in such a way unless he's been asking. And even then, it would take much more diplomacy. That's the commander-in-chief being talked down to. U.S. President, reader, pay attention, listen only to the intonation, understand the conversation. Pretend is other language foreign not known. What is the mood? Who is in control? Which has the upper hand? Who is in command? Take note in the language. When thumbs the belt buckle, the action of the official, with when it takes other stances. The thumbing of the belt buckle is the equivalent of flipping off the president. Anyone in law enforcement and many others who have had to interact with law enforcement know what that sign means. That means that the copper is of authority and thumbs their belt buckle, puts the thumbs behind the belt buckle, is placing themselves in authority. The official is doing so with the U.S. president. Completely unacceptable. Subliminal code sent. Who has the upper hand? The agent with the gun on the hip. 37 minutes, 8 seconds. Statement made official. Thank you for your assistance. Place thumbs behind belt buckle, intonation, place can. You've been told. Who usurps the power, authority of the leader? Take note of the intonation, place. Computer generated, placed. And understand the message that's being sent. It's completely different than the actual words. Such as the chuckle chuckle in jest. Oh, didn't know guns could be so close to the U.S. president, referring to the biceps of the male associate colleague of the other U.S. Border Patrol agent making the presentation. Admired the colleague, the body of the male colleague. And the audience, the listener, accepted when agent after agent displayed their gun right there next to the U.S. president. I mean, they've been notified. That isn't usual. They don't ask themselves, well, why is that occurring? Conditioned to accept. Oh, everyone has a gun in the vicinity of the president. They're officials. That's how business is done. Chuckle, chuckle. 37 minutes, 9 seconds. U.S. President statement made. Very good, and we'll take care of it. And I agree with you. Analyst assessment, completely unacceptable. U.S. presidency about being taken away. Soon to be announced. Intonation which was presented. U.S. President, when said, I agree with you, was as if been informed and due to been scolded when stated, Don, we'll take care of it. Look towards the general. Same while. So he's answering as if he's been scolded, and he's looking towards the general as if given permission. Computer-generated look with computer-generated we. U.S. President shares power with the general. Shameful performance. Not one of those we's in 37 minutes of the clip have been appropriate. Every time word is heard, again is another step closer. Removal of the U.S. presidency. Current date with a condition public. Soon at any moment. About to announce the vacancy. Non-existence of the U.S. presidency. Announced, just couldn't do it. United States of America went out of business. Suddenly, one moment to the next, placed under other management with other countries, such as China, in cooperation with Mexico, foreign powers take control. Aztlan turned California, incorporated into northern Mexico. China places new management. Outstanding debt is able be paid, no longer sovereign, be the USA. Non-existent, renamed. Doesn't matter, be all the same. Just a lackey state. Population forced to obey. Subjected to foreign authorities. Well as others not at all foreign. Rather the same. Renamed to avoid accountability. Remain firmly in control. Without the prior regulations. Allowed to rule. Without any type of objection. Population stripped of rights. Oppression further heightened. Going to remain complacent? Almost is the time. Going to need to decide. About ready to join up with the revolution? Bit more to assess. Have a bit more time to decide. Stay with the assessment. Gets interesting. 48 minutes, and Betsy Ross is going to be handed to what's termed the Border Patrol. And I encourage the listener, look at the clip, decide for themselves, listen to the words, look at the actions, understand what is going on is computer generated, placed by the USDA. The actions are not spontaneous. The dialogue is not genuine, is not spontaneous. Those people do not think up those words. The ones being seen on the screen. A one only God, He helps me do this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks, along with gratitude, for our Father in heaven. This is the Bigbossjock, momentarily signing off.